In case I haven't told you before, the political class as a whole are all a bunch of hypocrites. And no, not just this guy with his birthday cake, and of course what happened a few months ago and last year during the lockdown, not just the Prime Minister, but also from the other side, the so-called opposition, the Labour Party, who come out, especially over the last 24 hours, on the moral high ground mentality of let's just basically say we are the angels and tell the Prime Minister to resign and everything will be absolutely perfect. Really? Well, thanks to the boys at Guido Fawkes, we have a list of politicians from the Labour Party who've also broke their own rules or actually committed crime, like an actual conviction, and they think that they can now tell us what morality is. First, let's start with our favourite in Wales, Mark Drakeford, the pseudo dictator of Wales, whose son himself is actually in prison. So that's that. But put aside the son, because that's just family matters, right? He tweeted saying that you can't be a lawmaker and a law breaker. The Prime Minister has denied time and again that he denied that he did anything wrong. I agree. Prime Minister, yeah, he didn't. He basically came and said, I didn't do anything wrong. And we already discussed the hypocrisy from the establishment in Westminster. We've covered all that. But if Mark Drakeford and his Labour government in Wales really cared about what he said in this tweet, then why was it that his Welsh Health Minister, Ms. Morgan, was banned after speeding? Yeah, also there's a trend of Labour politicians keep getting caught either drunk driving or just speeding. Something about them that they're always kind of impatient in terms of what they want to do and where they want to go. But put aside Wales, because that's just one example. You say, well, it's a one-off, come on. What about Harriet Harman, the mother of the House of Commons? So, she's supposed to be the mature one in the Labour Party in Westminster, right? 3 times she's been caught. She got caught in 2003. She got a driving ban for speeding. In 2007, again, when she was minister, Harriet Harman was caught speeding for the second time. In 2010, Harriet Harman was fined £350 after pleading guilty to driving offence. Okay, that's just driving, but there is much more. We have Baroness Scotland, who refused to resign after £5,000 fine for hiring an illegal worker. We've had a number of these examples, by the way, from politicians where they had either illegal workers or illegal migrants or just basically dodgy situations with employment laws. And she refused to resign. And this was in 2009. But that was fine, apparently, when they were in government. And we had Liam Byrne, who was fine over using his phone while driving. Again, they have a problem with driving. They can't just be normal people. Normal people break the rules too, guys. Don't forget. But this is a situation we created. Politics and the state of democracy and politicians are a mirror held at the nation itself. So maybe we should be to be blamed essentially for having these people in charge of our establishment. But it's not always our fault, because when you have the Tory politicians right now, that Downing Street and the Tory HQ sending their whips to tell all their MPs yesterday to send out the same generic robotic lines that we support the Prime Minister, he apologized, and the Boris and Rishi are focused. Copy and paste, copy and paste. Everybody tweeted the same thing. That's the problem I have. Be original. Fine, feel free to support your Prime Minister, but be original, Tories. Come on. Lance Foreman actually replied to the same. These explanations from the cabinet and other Tory MPs are an embarrassment. We all know what happened. Some of us are appalled, others happy to live with it. But to be told what we need to think about it by a bunch of sycophants is just shameful. They treat us like idiots. All these copy and pasting tweets, I'm not going to show any of them because you've seen, if you're on Twitter, you've seen yesterday all this chaos of Tory MPs all tweeting the same thing and slightly paraphrasing it, but it's the same message. They're focused, they apologize, let's move on, we support the Prime Minister, blah, blah, blah. They are trying to create this narrative that we have to tell you what to think. That's bad. Be original, let us decide what we're going to think or feel, and then we'll see what happens in the next election. And just because we're outraged at the Tory party doesn't mean that we're going to end up voting for the Labour Party. So it's maybe that's a sad part, that the Tories are becoming arrogant because they know that at best we're going to basically either abstain or vote for a random party. The majority who are not going to be voting for the Tory party, then they're not pro-Starmer. They're primarily anti-government. Thanks again for all the support tonight. It is the last video of the evening. I'm Tousi and we are the media.